Love it. Well, that's hot. Let's go cool. I'm still sweaty from the ball. How's it looking?
Did you get me too, or huh?
Dude, yours is all like feathered. It's really majestic. It almost looks like he straightened it.
I told my wife, I was like, "Do you have 2 blow dryers?"
Yeah,
she's like, "No, I have one."
Like, look, man, I'm trying to like humor you a little bit, but you're killing me.
All right, my name is John. This is the Brigade. I'm here with Tyler from SacMetro. SacMetro. He came down here for a volleyball tournament, and that would explain his attire. Or at least you wear that every day, though, right?
Yeah, there's no days off in softball.
Tyler's been a fan since I go way back. First day I met you today, but the first time I ever saw you was when you modeled for the Manovan T-shirt.
Yeah,
and I think we could put that up right here.
Yeah.
So how did this happen?
So I was a B shifter for like 9.5 years, and I crossed over to the C shift, kind of get our band back together on a truck. So A shift there at that was truck 50. Fun group of guys, all buddies, but the A shifter's just a little uptight. You know what I mean? A shifts guys, they do it all better than anyone else, and they like to let you know. So that's how I showed up to relieve my buddy on the A shift, and he just thought, wow, that's insane.
Yeah, but those New Balances didn't just happen. They look like they've been worn a couple times.
Yeah, I did. I wore them down here for a bachelor party, in fact.
That's right. That was the first video I think you sent me. You guys did like a Manovan video or something.
My buddy from Sac City Fire, same last name as you. Well, you'll have to bring him on one of these days. But yeah, we went down for his bachelor party, and we all wore New Balances and fanny packs, and
you just pulled those shorts out of your closet?
Completely unapproachable. It was great. We had a good time. So,
and you know what? I don't have the Katie on there, do I? I didn't send you the girl one, huh?
Oh yeah, and Trimble, she threw one down too.
So,
yeah, we it's just funny.
Oh, there it is. So then, like a few days later, Katie threw this one.
Getting Mandoed too, man.
The mom jeans sold me. I saw that, and I laughed, and she even pulled in the shoes, everything.
Total mom jeans for sure. Which she is a mom, so she's holding it down.
Got the sticker on the helmet too.
I like the Jerusalem Cruisers too. She's got the Birkenstocks on. Those are legit.
What do we got next here? So as I normally do with my guests, I went back and I kind of scanned some of the Instagram stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
And this right here, what's the story on this?
So my buddy Pete from Sac, I think it was Christmas gift. Yeah, they dropped that off on the doorstep of my firehouse.
Where's it now? Is that
so yeah, I have it at work, but it's just a blanket of my face, and it travels. I'm sure a lot of terrible things have happened to that towel.
You should put it on your bed at the station.
Yeah, it's too hot. Sacramento is not ideal conditions, but my driver keeps the dorm at like 62 degrees, so sometimes you need it. But yeah, we just had a lot of fun with it. That photo of the mullet was kind of like the shot heard around the world, because our department, pretty high and tight, and it was a lot of old school guys at that time. I think that photo was 2014 or 15, and I was pretty, I'm going full mullet, man. I'm going for it. And we had picture day for this yearbook.
Is that pomade in your hair?
It was I don't remember probably some Suavecito or something. It was dirty because I got the curls,
Yeah.
And there was a lot of lettuce back there.
Yeah, you said earlier, do I get straightened? No, this is completely natural. My pops is up here. You can't really see it, but it's just my
straight
dad's
hair.
That's actually my uncle Larry. Yeah, it's just straight hair.
It looks good, dude.
I kind of wish I had the curls a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
It's all right.
I've even asked the wife, like, what would it involve if I was to get a perm? Like, is that something I can do?
You could totally put some Soul Glow and perm it.
Like, would you leave me if I got a perm?
No, I think it'd be rad. Here's the thing. You're going to lose a lot of your length. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can grow length.
Well, yeah, but my wife, when we were still dating, she straightened it for me one day. Boy, I looked. Like
She
Joe
straightened
Dirt.
it.
She straightened.
Do you
it.
have a picture of that?
I wish I'll look around. I might be able to find you one. It looked horrible, dude. Super creeper. Not looking good.
So the mullet, I was at the barber. This is probably a few years back, and I think my barber had a mullet, and at the time I was trail running. Yes, I was trail running. I ran.
You're wearing trail run shoes.
Yeah,
right
that's where it came from. I was pre-COVID. Me and a buddy of mine were like, you know what? We're gonna just start trail running, and then I just did it, and I felt like a mullet kind of went with that, you know. So then my barber had one, and I was like, give me one. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And I went to work with it, and the funny thing is I actually kind of felt like it was not a good, like, within regs, and I kind of got tired of it, and I cut it off, and like the next day, like some of the brass was yelling at me, "Where is your mullet?"
Yeah. What? Really? Yeah. No.
Where did your mullet
kind of
go?
Opposite. We honestly, our department's pretty easy on that stuff. But I don't know, man. The mullet, you just got to lean into it. You got to go all the way.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like with my wife, like I think she doesn't love the mullet, but I think she likes the fact that I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna grow a mullet.
It's like it's the ultimate don't give a.
One of the worst things you can do is ask your wife if you can have a mullet.
Well,
just do it and come home and just wave it.
I met my wife with them when I had long hair and I cut it.
Now you can't cut it.
And she dug it. And look at that, I got the rubber ring now, so I don't lose my real one. She wouldn't let me wear my real wedding ring down here because I would lose the damn thing. So the mullet's in, dude. I'm sorry. It's
we have to talk about your mistress. Oh, since we're talking about your wife, your
80s.
Mistress. The show you a picture of the car.
Yes. The
Chevelle.
Yeah, I have a Chevelle.
I don't know if I sent
completely
it to you,
not done. The cool thing is the wife is like, you know, once we got married in April, and she's like, well, hey, let's get the Chevelle done, you know, like we need a cruiser. And I'm like, whoa, hey, all right, can I get that in writing? But yeah, we're working on it. We're getting ready to do the body work this summer, put it back together. You know, you got your old truck down there. I saw it. And yeah, it's going to take some time, but
I started that truck. I started that truck like pre-Mandovan, and then then this all took off, and I also discovered pickleball and just life in general. And now it's sitting in there, and I'm at the point now where I'm probably just gonna pay somebody to finish it. Like,
yeah, dude, you just got to get it done. Once it's done and you're driving, it's great. But I wish I'd not taken it all apart. Honestly, yeah. You start messing with one thing, it's just like whack-a-mole. You're trying to fix all these other problems.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's pretty common. I think.
It's and you know, work and balance and everything else. Yeah. And it is, we got 5 acres, so it's weed whacking. It's, you know,
yeah, dude, I got
taking care of broken pipes, and
I got like a 200 feet backyard, and it keeps me busy.
I'm jealous.
It's fake grass.
Easy.
What we got next there, Rio?
Oh yeah. So it's kind of funny. Like today we played, played Menlo, but I grew up in Menlo Park. That photo was me, still crybaby now, you know. That was, I don't know what year that would have been, early 90s.
I like the
Park.
overalls.
Yeah, man, overalls. I think I had like a giant Burger King cup. So yeah, no one in my family is ever a firefighter, but I grew up, my dad was a mover, and he played ball with all these Menlo Park guys, played softball. And so grew up around a lot of firefighters, good dudes, and I just always wanted to be a firefighter. So that was it, man. I pursued it.
What'd you do before?
Let's see. I worked at Ace Hardware for a lot of time, for like from 15 to 17, and then I worked. I did like mold remediation. You know, getting like a Tyvek suit and tear moldy drywall out and bag it and
pre-mullet.
Wear a respiratory pre-mullet, dude. I was clean shaven. Super dialed, man, and I don't know what happened, but wheels fell off the wagon pretty quick. And I did, and I worked Cal Fire for 4 seasons, and then I got hired in 2011 with SacMetro. So
yeah, the mullets are strong right now in Cal Fire.
Yeah, I
think it's a prerequisite now,
buddy. When I was at Cal Fire, I was in Nevada with Plaster Unit. If anyone's listening that worked there back in, it was pretty high and tight, man. No way you're rocking a mullet at all, like. They were on you, dude, about
They just
hair
gave
rags.
up on that, or what?
I couldn't have grown a mustache if I wanted to, but it was a pretty high and tight unit. Like, Cal Fire's got all the Ranger units.
Yeah.
But There's no mullets going on, but now I'm seeing guys. I'm like, whoa, hey, all right.
It's big
man.
old pit vipers and
yeah, man. So it's pretty cool, you know. You gotta roll. You gotta lean
maybe they
into it.
figure like they were mandoing these guys for like 30 days
man,
straight. Might as well let them have a mullet.
And you know what? Like, and I'm sure that's what my wife does. You know, she knows I'll get tired of it. Like you said, it gets hot in the summers up in Sacramento County, and at some points, or you like, you know, when my hair gets long, I know it's time to cut to a mullet because it's like if I'm getting my straps for my SCBA stuck in there, I'll do the mullet, and then if they keep getting stuck, well, I'll cut it short. But
then you miss it. You miss it in the wind.
And you get the mullet.
There's there's a little bit of like when you're driving the car. There's a little tickle.
Yeah,
that
you're like,
happens,
ooh,
it kind of goes
that?
back.
Oh, it's my hair.
What's the deal with the post fire?
Oh yeah, we just had just like a throwback. Me as a baby, and then me as that was a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
With my old crew.
Yeah, I had a problem like I'm doing now. I always touch my face, so like most fires that I go on, I got black stuff on my face, and everybody else would be all clean. Like, how did you do that, Hearn? Like, I don't know, man.
Someone said the other night we had a commercial that was probably an arson job again, but we get a lot of vacant commercials lately, and I had stuff all over my face, and it's not like we were really, you know, we went in there, went offensive, and then we went defensive, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm getting so dirty, but my gloves are clean. I clean them after each run, and I don't know what's going on, but I always look like I got like, you know, eyeshadow or something going on.
Yeah.
So there we go. Pantera.
Oh yeah, there's the Mistress.
Chevelle. Yeah. So the car does not look like that right now. I've since even redone. My wife and I redid that shop, but the car is completely up on stands right now, and we're just the motor's out. I blew up the big block that was in it, so now I got an LS motor, which is like fuel injected crate motor. It's been just sitting for like a year, so we're gonna throw that in there, but we gotta do the body work first. But it was fun to ride, man. You know, really risking it. You know, when you're driving your old beater muscle car that's not really ready to rock yet. Like, you know, gas gauge doesn't work.
Getting the foot pedal, gas pedal installed right now.
Yeah, the speedometer doesn't work. I had this app on my phone, make sure. I'm like, there's no way.
Leave it there, Rio. Leave it there. So, how did you discover, or tell me about where you were or what you were doing when you discovered the Brigade page?
All right, so I don't know. You know, on the Instagram, there's all these. I like to follow like, you know, fire tactics stuff and you know, fire nerd stuff, and I don't know, it just came up, and I think it was one of like it was before Mandovan, but I want to say it was kind of like poking fun at like, you know, these old sorry guys, but these older engineers that just don't, you know, they're kind of out to pasture. They're just kind of there hanging out, and I thought that was just a hoot, and I thought, how funny is this? This is like so true. But also like making fun of wildland season, like, come on, man, how many times are you sitting there? You got the guys that bid the wildland station, and then they don't want to go to the wildland fires, and they're scrambling to go get their go.
Oh bags. Yeah,
everyone's freaking out.
Immediate need.
Steve Carell, it's like
the immediate need. Yeah,
office,
the Three Amigos.
What do we do? What's the procedure? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like I mean, I don't care where you work. It's like everyone says they're in, and then when it's time to do some gangster stuff and you got to go, they're like, oh no.
People are throwing shit everywhere.
I got plans. So.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I don't miss those days. Strike teams and staffing patterns of Cal Fire, and I honestly just I don't volunteer for strike teams. If I'm at a strike team house and we get punched out, then I'm going. But I've been lucky; I haven't really been on a lot of.
Well, it's, you know, it is. You come in the morning, you pour the coffee. One of the questions you ask, at least with us, would be like, "How are we on the strike team list?" Because we have a brush rig at my station, so and we're like, "Oh, we are okay." And then like, there's all these like my captain has a. What's the word I'm looking for? Superstition. If he puts all of his stuff staged on his captain's seat of the brush rig, that we won't get a brush rig call. And you'll hear him because the tones will go off and he'll be like, I fucking forgot to put my shit on the rig.
Yeah,
this is why we're getting this call.
This is your fault.
We'll tell them like, it's your fault. It's your fault. But yeah, that made me laugh because we would get one, and it's not just this station I'm at now, all the stations. Everyone says they're ready, you know, puts their stuff next to the rig. But when those tones go off, immediate need is like, you can be out for a couple weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. I realize it's not Cal Fire, but we'd be out for a little while. So you're thinking about like everything you might need. And you got guys running around. You got guys. I got a wedding to go to.
It's not the time.
I got.
Yeah.
Where's my clippers? Where's my phone charger? It's funny. And then the Three Amigos is kind of like a pastime with me. I watched that movie probably 100 times.
Classic flick. I mean, a lot of those movies you post, and that's why I think it's so relative. Just in talking to you before, like we're talking about these movie quotes. I mean, I think every good firefighter is like you just know a ton of movie quotes. And you just show up, dude. And like my dad said, the best ability is availability, especially nowadays. You're just getting rocked. It's like, just show up, man.
Yeah, what do they say? The biggest act of courage is signing up. But now it's just, after you do that, now it's just your job.
Yeah, you just got to roll.
I know I butchered that quote, but that's
something like that. An old wooden ship. But
so you sent me a couple of your favorite videos. Here's one of them right here.
Oh, yeah, dude. Zach Galifianakis. I tried to get my wife to do a funny engagement shoot like this. We were not quite there, but I'm still holding out hope that Jill will.
Oh, that'd be
humor
great.
Me.
That'd be great. Did you get the? That was kind of a sneaky one.
That's unbelievable, dude. Yeah,
there's a little sneaky.
The wheelbarrow.
Yeah. You always make your partner take the pictures. Like, hey man, come here, I need you to take pictures of me and my wife. And he doesn't want to.
Right into my butt.
That's where that came from.
Like a fart transplant.
Then you get like 10 selfies of your buddy on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
The bow finger, dude. Oh my God. So, and we've talked about this. So, pretty involved with it. We have a burn institute, and it's back in the 70s. Sacramento had no burn care, and they had a plane crash in an ice cream parlor. Not a good deal. A lot of burn patients, and ended up being some firemen off duty that were there and had family perish in it. So these just badass dudes from Sac City Fire recognized the need for burn care. So they started this Firefighters Burn Institute, which to this day is now at UC Davis. And you walk in there, it's Firefighters Burn Institute. So we do a boot drive. Every year we do a boot drive. I've done it for 8 years. And my buddy Ryan and I are in, I think there's one of the photos I saw earlier. There we go. And so every year, man, we're just trying to we're getting the media involved. We're doing this thing. These guys before us did it for 20 plus years. They did it 26 years. So my buddy Ryan, who just he's about to make skipper for Sac City, and I from SacMetro, kind of pair up. We stay up there for 3 days, and we do like a fundraiser. And we just bugging the heck out of the media, calling them, radio stations, media outlets coming out. And it's a fill the boot. And so when you posted that thing on the Bowfinger, dude, I'm like, that is because we're up there. We have a vantage point up above our intersection. We do it at every year, and it's a busy intersection, dude. And you see these dudes that maybe they've not come out before. They're like riding the median, and it's like, no, dude, get out of the road. And people are just hauling ass. So I just reminded me of this is so great. Eddie Murphy's so great.
Yeah, there's some good scenes in this movie. It's kind of underrated a little bit.
It is. It's a sleeper.
Yeah. That's my favorite one right there.
Greenback Lane.
Jeez. The best thing for me with all this videos, we have to be things have to be happening. I can't like a boot drive has to happen, or they have to come out with something that says that everyone's getting mandoed or Santa Ana's or something needs to happen.
Oh yeah.
Something we're stagnant. I don't got anything.
Well, it gives you more material. I mean, there's just constant.
Like when Telestaff went down.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that was
because
I was overwhelmed with ideas. I mean, that was I hate. It's unfortunate, but it was.
It was an unfortunate situation, but didn't you just chuckle a little bit inside when your poor staffing guys and gals? They're on board with me. They were texting me. They were texting me pictures and all kinds of things. And is this camera on right here? Real? What's up? Is this camera working? Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. I see. Oh, I know what's happening. Okay. So they were texting me things all the time, and they were telling me the pictures I was seeing. It looked like it was like a horse race. Like they were all standing there with paper, and they had a big old chalkboard, and they were doing it, and it looked hilarious.
Oh yeah,
and then you had the first thought of Spaceballs, and a little bit of who would dare jam my telestaff? You know?
Yeah, like where they hold it ransomware? I don't even know what happened. No one knows. No one just like swept that under the rug.
I don't know. But that was a gold mine.
That was insane.
It was a gold mine.
It was brutal, and it was also funny because our staffing is done by like one of our slower kind of retirement house out at an old air base, and they're all great, and it's just fun. I mean, you know, everyone's wearing it. We're all wearing it.
Yeah, together. I think we literally had like almost like a strike team. They set up some sort of IMT team. Like, you set up a whole team, like a whole command structure, and they to figure it out. They got it done.
They got it done quick. They got it done, Google Docs for us. They started Google Docs. We're like, we got this, and it was.
And then they were sending. Those guys are funny. I didn't post any of this stuff, but they were sending me pictures of like every day off, and then like they were scrolling over to them, like trying to get everybody to work. And
there's Brigade stuff all over our department, and I think too, like guys and gals make funny memes and videos and stuff. It keeps the morale going. Yeah, because you know. You can't always blame the Bobs. I mean, sometimes like the Rona dude, there's such a wrench in everything. It was a tough couple years, and so it's fun to see like down here for the San Diego Olympics again, and just playing ball and pickleball and just having fun.
Oh yeah, I just did that pickleball thing today. There was 40 teams. Yeah, I think people are back.
That's wild, dude. And I mean, there's some older looking dudes out there that were just crushing.
Oh, that's the thing with pickleball. So pickleball is the equalizing sport. Yeah, it's not. The grayer the hair, the gnarlier the serve. If they got matching weird reflective shoes on that match with their shirt, their serve is going to be like.
They come out in black socks. You're like, all right, old blue here. We got this. Boom.
No, you're done.
Your shop.
You're done.
I gotta say, our guys at SacMetro took the golden cornhole, dude. Just saying. Unbelievable. That was intense.
It's a real Olympic sport.
That was for real.
I told somebody
guys are not messing around.
I told somebody I was doing pickleball in the Firefighter Olympics, and he was like, "Oh, congratulations!" I was like, "Dude, all you gotta do is sign up." Yeah, it's not like I did like a qualifying round or something. If you're a firefighter, you sign up, you're in. Yeah. He was like, "Why?" I was like, "Why are you congratulating me?"
Yeah, they're just letting it rip, man. But we didn't get to see any pickleball, but no, it's just fun. It's good to get back to some kind of normal and just have fun and talk trash on each other.
I'm talking about all the way to the top.
Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in. But the
so sometimes I try to do as little words as possible.
Yeah, just let the Macho Man take the
I'm
wheel.
trying to convey the fact, and I think you'd understand this already, but that this is what would happen if you interviewed the guy that put the fire out. Well, they never interview that guy. They never interview him. They interview they interview the PIO, like a professional guys, but the guy that's all dirty, the guy that's still pumped up.
Just crap.
It's so great.
Just a cramp?
Oh, just crap.
You told me what can you eat to help you make you feel better?
Banana.
You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
You know, they're always all pumped up.
Okay,
They're
never craps.
The fire was twice as big as anyone else.
Yeah, I opened up the bell.
Never what you wish for.
Button.
Yes.
Button Frog. Born on the shores of the Uralaba River in Rapala.
No one. The guy's ready to tap out.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
See how it kind of gets worse from first in firefighter to now he's a dragon slayer.
Oh, dude.
Banana. Because monkey never.
You guys employ Rick? We don't even do Rick.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. It's like third or fourth in.
Yeah. Nothing is going to stop me. I can't go fishing this afternoon. I've got a big meeting over at Minstrel.
I just love the outfits, dude. Like, we got to bring that stuff back. Tie dye.
So yeah, Macho Man. You said you're a big fan of him, but there's a guy, one of my producers, basically. He constantly sends me Macho Man Randy Savage, and it's gold. It's gold. And the first thing I thought of when I saw him, I was like, it's that pumped up guy that just got out of the fire, and he's usually like, he's still in there cleaning up.
Oh yeah.
He's all blackened, he's all messy, and he's just talking about what he did, or
just
he's talking about
what see what we had there.
Yeah, and he's talking to other guys what he did, and that wouldn't it be funny if the media went in and just bypassed everybody and just put that microphone on that guy. That's probably what you
or even
get.
like your Orange County clip with Jack Black. Oh, totally electrical fire.
Yeah, dude,
it's like shit like that.
Told me about that. My wife loves that one.
That
was
another
like
underrated flick, man.
That was the I think I wrote like an OCA captain. Like you're an engineer and you're working in the captain spot for that day, and then you get a fire, and the chief's
your
like,
rival's just garbage.
She's like,
You're just winging it.
What happened? I was, it's a fire.
I don't know, man. And then the probies too. It's pretty fun when you get to take someone in for their first fire. And take them to the promised land. You're like, hey, if you just get your stuff on quickly, we can get you to work. You know. And
telling
just
them
seeing
like,
how
calm
pumped
down.
they are, and
you see them in the rig.
Yeah.
I think the one that comes to mind. We went in. It wasn't like anything. It was like white smoke. We go in and you could kind of see the seat, and there was a crew in front of me putting it out. And I remember my probie was with me, and I could hear him like coming. You hear like a bull like coming through. And then I heard the saw start on the roof. I heard the saw start, and I could hear it start to grind. And I think it was like on its second, third cut by the time my probie came running up, and I just kind of clotheslined him like this. And right when I did that, he kind of like falls back, and the square, the ceiling came in.
They cut it out, cut out the Looney Tunes hole.
Yeah.
As long as I'm on a truck, as long as
it doesn't always work like you plan.
As long as you're not standing on your meat.
That was the thing. I stopped him, and then the roof fell in, and I'm like, hey man, you gotta listen. Did you hear the saw?
It's so funny. I mean, I've only been on since 2011, and I love being a firefighter. And I'm blessed to be where I'm at and on a truck company. But it is so funny how much more of the incident you see if you're whether you're on the roof or we call it the tool guy if you're the inside man searching, or you're the saw man up top. So it's so funny to see how things come together sometimes, and where when you're cutting a hole, where you cut and all that stuff. Really, I think the best seat is if you're first in nozzle, man, every time. There's no disputing that in my opinion. Being first in on the nozzle, and getting the fire out. And then I like searching too. So it's just fun when you get to take someone in there and they're just all lit up. And I remember when I was brought in for my first one, just learning all these little tricks, wiping your mask with the back of your glove to get the steam off. So I can see again. Or, hey kid, just act like you've done it before. Just chill out a little bit. And you're so amped up. You're just like, you're
breathing really hard.
And then you're working so much harder, right? And as you get older, your view gets a little wider, and you take a little more in, like you said, stopping that pro before the lid comes in on them, and or you just see more, you take more in, and you're how to work, and you're going the full rounds, and you're not just tapped out because you blew your wad early,
Yeah.
So, but we've got a lot of really good new guys and gals at our department, and it makes it a lot of fun when they're excited to go to fires and stuff. Like, hey, if you like going to fires, like I want to work with you. I can work with that,
Yeah. I remember it's not always. Most of the time, it's just smoke to the ground. You can't see anything. But there's a couple times, and if it's vented just right, or you're in there just right, you can see everything.
See it all lit up.
You see it all lit up like backdraft for just just a second. You get a little view of it, and then I think we're the only ones that understand the beauty in that.
And then you kind of just wait a minute, just watch it for a second. Okay, now put it out.
Yeah, I think that's very. It's really only us that understand that,
Oh yeah, no, I was telling Rio like it's the best job, dude. Honestly.
Well, go to see that hand right there, Rio. I try when I put these videos up, like you see him using the Telma. He's about to grab the Telma. These are all views of our view. And you could see it shaking, and
God love it.
I try to share the adrenaline. And I get retired guys all the time messaging me like, man, when you put these videos up, it like does something to me.
From 6, like, they go from 6 to midnight. I had
a guy tell me that the other day. A guy, an older guy, he told me, he was like, man, you keep putting these up, you keep doing things to me.
It's funny, like we have like our social media, like our PIO now does a just kick-ass job. We have a fire association; they do a great job getting stuff up there. We got guys that are into the tactics end of things, and so, man, how much you learn. I mean, nowadays we video everything. You got like I wear a GoPro. I'll cut him my stuff and let him, I don't mind sharing the game footage because
you make a mistake every time.
Every
fire you do multiple things. That's not
absolutely
being a firefighter is not being perfect. It's making a mistake and then continuing on.
Yeah,
Like,
and
fix,
like
okay, what I do? Okay, fix that.
all I
Move
tell
on.
guys is like, hey man, you're gonna make mistakes. If you don't look at something every fire that you would have done a little different, then you're not paying attention, and just don't quit.
Yeah.
You know, we get paid to show up and just control the situation, whatever it is, and figure it out.
Yeah.
And we'll hot wash it later and go, okay, hey, maybe we pull this line next time, or maybe we don't ladder there, or maybe we don't, you know.
Yeah, but
cut
you don't
you know.
stop. I think
Yeah.
I heard of guys in the academy, that, you know, didn't make it through the academy because they would stop.
Just give
Oh, let
up.
me redo it. Like, no,
It's
man.
easy to get flustered, right? It's you know, but you got to just press on, man. That's that resilience. And
Maybe
I think,
it's like, oh, my hose is completely jacked up. This is gonna take another 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It's going to be horrible, but at least I'll finish it. You know?
well, and it's funny. Like I look back at when I started, you know, you were encouraged to sign up for overtime. There were mandatories always going on, but not near to the extent now, right? And so we, you know, just taking the wrench when you're a newer guy or gal goes a long way, and people notice that, and then they go, hey, you know, we'll pull you over our engine because the guy's off injury or something. Why don't you come work with us for a month or two or whatever? And I think that resilience, the fire service, I don't care where you work, we make it happen, dude. And that's what I just so love about the job. And you go travel and you talk to all the brothers and sisters from all over, and it's the same stuff. It's the same funny stuff happening. It's the best job. I mean, there's nothing else I'd rather do. I know you feel the same, but it's just,
yeah.
You just come to work, wear it, and
that's why the brigade, I think, kind of took off. Everybody just has to have a good time.
Because everyone's like, this is hilarious. Like, it's so, it applies to everything. I don't care where you're working. There's so much fun in it. And there's all these other guys and on, you know, hose draggers and all these other funny things you see. Yeah. Just like, how do you not laugh at that, you know?
Gonna be
oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah. So,
so fun.
I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying.
Dude, it's so great.
So this would be my dream, to get like an older engineer and put him on target safety. My dream.
Honestly, dude, it's just like, we all know this guy, and we can all relate. Our ladder truck broke down, and then the reserve ladder truck broke down, and they put us in the reserve hazmat, which is like an old beer truck, and it's, you know,
it's an old beer truck.
She's hurting. It looks like a, you know, nicer beer truck. But we're out there and then so I found that Winnebago thing, and I should have brought it. I made a video. It was that guy cutting over to this reserve that we should never be in. But you know how it is. Like, you get drawn down on equipment, things are breaking, can't get the parts.
Yeah, dude.
That's what it is, dude.
One of the craziest things I seen was during the Lilac fire, like 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I lose track of time. But we had Santa Ana's blown in, and the fire hit, and we already had strike teams. We had strike teams just staying at a motel, which was actually, it was awesome.
Yeah, you're like, not
we weren't really doing anything. You know, we're walking around like Ron Burgundy at the pool. You know, I'm kind of a big deal.
Everyone.
I don't know if you guys know me, but I'm a firefighter. You know, but anyway,
City.
Yeah. Anyway, the fire hit, and I remember the mechanics. They pulled like 15 rigs out of their ass, and they all, like a strike team of rigs, came driving from wherever they come from, Mechanic Land down, and we were like, they were old. I remember one of them had no door on the side, and it was one of the compartment doors. Somebody had to open.
Oh yeah.
And they, you know,
classic.
They, you know,
smash it out of the barn. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was in the mechanic shop, but they needed it. There's nothing else wrong with it.
Let's just
so they just strapped all this gear down in there. They drove it, and we drove it to the Lilac fire. And they just kind of say, don't put anything in that compartment.
Yeah, just make it happen. That's what we do.
It was a brush rig.
Yeah,
and we don't normally, you don't do that, but when stuff happens, I mean, these rigs that were coming down, they were Academy rigs. You know, they were older rigs, and it's fun to see everybody come together and get this shit done.
It's,
you know?
Yeah, I mean, and it's, again, talk about the resilience and just,
we figure it out. Make it happen, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember there was, they had an all call. So everybody came in from home, and it was one of the funnest times, was seeing everybody and getting on the rigs and going out. We all knew we were going to work. We
run into people like from all the different departments, old buddies from Cal Fire. We used to drive some jalopies, dude, in Cal Fire. Sorry, but we all know the state they get away with all that emission stuff because there's some rigs out there that are holy.
What do you think about this electric chainsaws? You think that's going to actually happen? Oh, I took a drink before you said it.
Yeah, I mean, if I see an electric chainsaw that can do the work, great. But I just haven't seen one yet. I'll keep it at that because I mean, we all know it's coming. But I would hope that we could be we should be exempt from it. I also think we should be exempt from DEF and all that other crap. I mean, look at this. We're DEF shortage now, and that's always stuff that breaks down the new trucks. So I don't know. We had this. We had one trial battery operated saw, which it didn't work. It wasn't terrible, but I'm just thinking, man, as soon as you get like a cow pack on top of an old shake with buildup, it's gonna be brutal. And this bar is like tiny. So until I see something that's comparable size to what we got, dude, I'm 6'3". I'm not gonna be sitting on my knees.
Tyler,
cutting a hole.
You were Cal Fire. Like everyone knows the city crews, and we go on the strike teams. Like we're not the
we're not the fan favorite.
I get it. We get it. We all understand it. But so we had when I went out a few years back, we had our chainsaw on our brush rig, and it had a bar. It had a little bar on it.
Oh, brother! You're like,
and at the time, this is what they gave us. And what are you gonna do? And I remember
budget cuts, man.
I was cutting something with it, and there was a faller. Fallers are awesome.
Oh yeah.
I wish I had the Brigade back then, because the characters that are on a large campaign like Northern California Fire they're amazing. Oh, you could write a whole show, like a whole Seinfeld show off these guys.
Oh my God! Like we met a dozer guy when I was
the dozer guys,
18 years old.
The dozer guys get their own, like they get their own section of the show. Yeah, they're amazing.
We had I was 18 years old. We were doing some hand crew work on the engine because that's what we needed to do. He's cutting dozer blade up outside of Chico, up in the Butte Mountains. And this dozer guy sees us kind of monkeying around this saw, like not getting it done. And like our faller was like a younger, newer guy. And he's like, hey, this guy's got like a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Like, hey, man, give me that there chainsaw, man. He's just got this husky piece of shit chainsaw. And he like cripples like 3 trees. And we're like, what is this dude doing? And then he goes to the top, wham, and just dominoes 4 giant trees. Hands the saw. That's how you do it. Nah, get out of the way, And he's just ripping on this dozer, which is impressive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're doing inclines that I didn't know were possible. I don't know how they don't have a camera crew following those guys around. What they do with those dozers is amazing.
I think they carry their balls around a wheelbarrow, because I wouldn't want to do that.
And they're not fire. They're like contractor. Like just.
Oh yeah.
Where do they find these guys
just
at?
Blue collar, man. And I'm all like, we're gonna get battery stuff, but like the battery powered engine in LA, dude. Come on, man. Come on.
Keep it down in the crowd over here.
I just don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it.
So we had a faller, and the faller wasn't a firefighter. He was like a contractor, and it was somewhere. I think it was Napa. We were somewhere in Napa, and he came out. These 2 guys, they came out like in a little Tacoma, like an old school Tacoma, like a single cab, like no 4-wheel drive, manual transmission. They pull up, they get out. They're like your height, like 6'3", 6'4", like thin, and they got their saw with their giant pole,
big old
bar on it, and they got their gas, and that's it. They got nothing else with them, and we got to hike like 10 miles that day, and we got like our webbing and all of our waters and our electrolytes, our liquid IV, our lunches, our shades, our bandanas, our everything that we carry around. And here these guys walk up with their gas and their oil.
Yeah, like we got a Dolmar and we're good to go.
And they hiked with us all day, and they were great. I learned so much from those guys. I had a great day with those guys. They would knock the trees down. The dozers would knock the trees down. But I remember that's when I learned what tree fuckers are.
Oh, stump fuckers?
Yeah, or stump fuckers. Yeah,
they get in your coat and bite the shit out of your neck.
Yeah, they knock you right in the helmet, like you hear ting ting ting. I didn't know what those were, and they knew that we didn't know what those were.
Oh, they're terrible. Yeah, well, there's fire. There's stump fuckers. That's like
yeah. And then we had a guy, a younger guy. He got bit by one, and I remember the faller was like, "Oh man, I think it planted its eggs in you." Dude. And he was just messing with him. These guys were funny, man.
You ever like hear guys on strike teams like snipe hunting or making like send the new guy out and like we're gonna go snipe hunting. Snipe, stupid shit like that. Like Cal Fire had a great time. We did a ton of strike teams. I get poison oak really bad. So and like I have property now. It's like when
there's one of those guys in every strike team.
I gotta be careful. I just I don't I'm not going home. I'll take the shot and I'll hang in there, but I'm not poison oak just kicks my ass. So I just kind of once I got into like the structure end and you make a truck, man, boy, you're I'm the guy that's like, oh, we're going to a wildland house. I gotta snap my shroud back in my little yellow helmet. Like I'm that guy. I got all my stuff's in a giant bag that hasn't been opened.
Has it got wheels on it?
No wheels. No, no totes.
So you know why I brought that up.
Oh yeah, no, that was good.
I didn't give that video to Rio, but I know
that definitely triggered some people.
We
got some.
We don't have that going on, but
you don't have people like loading totes up in the station. It's ridiculous.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that yet. And if they were gonna do it, I think you pretty much squashed it that day when I posted that.
Leave that thing in your car, man. They're just scattered everywhere. It's like, just.
So here's a Rudy video.
Yes.
Yeah,
this is great.
So this is one of my top 10, top 15 movies, ever for me. And
yes. So great. Got him. That's my wild man. Let's hold this shit up.
So this is a little bit off. Most of my videos are they're either like something I did or I saw or heard about or whatever. This is pretty much me. Like I wasn't a cadet, but I was a probie, and I used all the water on a little car. It was like a Honda, and I dumped the tank. And I remember my captain was like, he's just one of those guys. He's not gonna say anything. He just watches you make the mistake.
See what he does.
Yeah, let's just watch him, see how he handles it, and he won't do it again. And that's what I did. I dumped the tank, and they had to go fill the pump up with more water and come back.
Oh, dude! I mean,
and I never do it again, and that's why I wrote that. Shit's funny,
I think it's hilarious, and you got to make those mistakes like we talked about earlier.
I went in there like I think I went straight stream, full bell. And I just freaking like I was like you said earlier, I was just going to town, like I was slaying the dragon.
No finesse, no
just
nothing.
Just water was going everywhere. I remember there was water going up the brush, and I remember my partner hitting me and saying, "Get that first."
Like, we need to. Like, let's not make this more than we want.
Yeah.
We don't want to get in our banana suits and go up there and get into the grass.
Yeah. That's like the first thing I usually tell probies, like, "Hey, man. If we get a car fighter today, hit the brush first." That's like the first thing. Like someone talks in the morning and they always say, "You want me to tell me anything?" I was like, "Yeah. If we get a fire and there's brush, go for that first."
I remember when we were on medic units, and I remember we were just happened to be around. The engine got a car fire, and they're like, "You can add to it." We're like, "Oh my god!" And then we turn the corner, and I'm like, "Damn, man, the big dog's eating on this one. It's a car fire, dude." I'm like, "What in the hell are you talking about?" So it's just nothing car fire. I mean, it's put up an impressive column, but you get there and like, "Oh, it's just a car fire." Okay, but I was still, super excited.
Yeah,
just funny what gets you going. Seeing like new people come in and they're ecstatic on a car fire.
Well, you said earlier, it's fun to watch them. It's fun to guide them.
Like,
it brings back a little bit of fun to your day,
Yeah, or like people that aren't housebroken and trying to operate the dishwasher or figure out the house chores, and you're just like, the Dawn dish soap doesn't go in the dishwasher, dude.
We had a kid the other day. He's an EMT on the box. We had him cut the tomatoes. He cut the tomatoes that thick, and.
Hey,
he got so much fridge art on that, and because I was like, dude, they look like that was the hamburger patty, the tomato. Like, what do you want me to do with this?
They're showing up the patty, bro.
You making like frisbees with this? But we taught him how to do it after we made fun of him for a little while,
Well, we've all had some bad meals at the firehouse.
Yeah,
I know when I were Cal Fire, terrible cook.
Cal Fire, we have a station here in San Diego that we share with Cal Fire, and their food was great. I just noticed that they really like mac and chili.
Well,
and they like those big boy meals.
Well, when I was there, they had like state mess. It was great. We ate really well. I'm just saying, when I cooked, I was 18, dude. I was making, like grilled cheese was in my wheelhouse. I wasn't like, now I'm on a truck, like I know how to cook, but it's like, it was pretty low effort, I thought it was great, but these guys were like, what is this, dude? I had some guys that we'd go shopping and shop for the month. And it was just nuts how much we would spend then, but it was fun. Learn the hard way.
So this one,
another macho man.
The thing with this one, I don't think people really get what I was trying to say on this one. I think you guys just like that it's Macho Man and the Hulk.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to relieve you, but I'm forced to be here.
No, see, that's the thing. It's actually when you're at a station and your relief is at another station and you're their relief.
Oh, dude.
So you got two stations. I got to relieve him.
Terrible.
And he's got to relieve me. What do? You're at a standoff. Someone has to leave the engine 3-person or something to get the other guy to go to the other.
We're riding short.
Yeah, that was what this was, but it's all good. It came out and it just looks funny, you know.
Do you guys have 4-person on the engine
Yeah.
still? Oh yeah, we have 3, so it's you break the truck down a little bit, but it's tough. You know, you're like
You break the truck.
You'll break one off the truck every once in a while to get relief.
They try and not
around.
do that. They try to break the pump first.
Yeah,
Here.
we just can't because we're 3-person pump.
Oh.
So it's like riding with 2 is like a big no-no.
Well, and the thing, I think I posted that video too during COVID when they were telling everybody not to shake hands. So like, if firefighters had a real hard time with that whole thing.
Our department, man, we're huggers, man. It's like,
I know,
hey,
it's the same thing.
it's
Like when I saw you brought the whole softball team over here, just shake
yeah,
hands.
man, we're just like having fun and
Yeah, but there was a time when they said don't do that, and everyone was like, "Oh, I don't know how to like handle it. Like, what do you?"
It's
do
like,
here?
good night, Mr. Dobeck. Will Ferrell. And,
You know, one good thing that did come out of COVID though is patients coming out of their house.
oh yeah, like, hey, if you meet us on the front, man, we'll just you can sit on the tailboard until the ambulance gets here.
Okay, we do some silly questions, and they'll probably turn into reels
Yeah,
or whatever. Who
sounds good.
knows? What's the strangest thing in your refrigerator?
My refrigerator.
And if you don't have anything for these, it's
dude,
fine.
maybe. Well, we got our this. I think it's strange. I think it's funny. My wife thinks it's a big deal. We got our frozen section of our wedding cake. I think I'm like, hey, I don't know how that's gonna taste on our anniversary, but we're gonna find out.
Is it like a 1-year thing?
I guess, yeah. So April we'll be digging into it. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I don't have high hopes, man. I think it was better the first go, but whatever.
Have you ever had your fortune told?
No, I have not.
That's a weird one. What was the first movie you've seen in theaters?
Oh, dude, I couldn't even remember. I think. No, I think it was Selena. Is that weird, dude? All the adults are crying. All the adults are crying.
I've been trying to use
And I'm just
Selena
like,
for a while.
That crazy lady. I'm like, what happened?
You know
And
the
I have
scene.
No idea.
Okay, maybe you don't know a movie like I do because obviously I have a problem. I know all these
Selena.
movies. You know the part where he says the bumper gets pulled off. So the tour bus gets stuck and these Vatos pull over in their lowrider and they have like a V8 in that sucker, like an Impala with a V8, and they pull the bus out and their bumper gets torn off. We'll show the video, but if Rio could,
if you can find it, dude. Yeah,
go
Rio's
Rio,
on
go,
it.
go Rio, go.
That's
Right, Selena.
That's a deep
Selena bumper pull. It'll come right up.
And then maybe
There it is, right there. I saw it.
What year was that
Boom.
flick? 97.
Look at Rio go. Look at him go.
That couldn't have been my first one. That's the first one.
Oh, what's your age, Rio? I don't even know what the context is with fire. Anyway, I want to use this video. I just can't figure out how.
Dude, that whole thing was crazy. I'm sure there's like Toy Story and all kinds. I mean, God.
How did you end up seeing
like I said, I was
Selena?
on B-shift for 9.5 years, so I really, my mind is already shot.
She looks just like Selena. So they pull her out supposedly with this car,
Oh, dude, I love it.
Oh, you Selena?
Look at that
It
steering
is
wheel, dude.
Selena.
You are not steering with that.
gonna go on the wall of my garage, carnal. I'm gonna put a little sign under it.
Like, yeah, we can pull it. I love the attitude. Like, we can do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do that at work, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
I mean,
Broke it.
anything for Salinas. Thanks. Órale, let's go. Let's get you set in.
So they pull it off, and the bumper just gets
Oh, my
flat out.
God, dude.
And they're like, we're so sorry. And he goes, no, I'm going to put this in my garage on the wall. I'm going to say, this bumper was pulled off by the bus of Salinas. We're going to cut all this out, Rio.
I love it. I love it, dude.
Those are the famous lines, and then Rio doesn't cut it out.
What were you thinking of? Where are you? Who's that?
Yeah, I don't know how.
That's the first movie that popped into mind, but I'm sure I had like Toy Story probably before that. I don't know what year Toy Story was.
When was Toy Story?
Is it it was 90s, right? I don't know.
Is it really? I was good. Mine was Hook.
Oh, Hook, yeah.
Peter Pan?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. That movie actually scared the crap out of me.
The Wizard of Oz too, and I don't know if I was a theater one, but that freaked me out. The flying monkeys and stuff, and that witch lady, dude. I was not digging that. That's still frightening.
Killer monkey right here.
Yeah, dude, I'm out. But it.
Okay, I got one. What was the most awkward thing that ever happened to you on a date?
Oh, dude, that's gonna be it. Let me think about that one.
Or with the wife. You could do it with the wife.
Wife and I have had a great run here so far. Everything's been great. My wife trusted me to. She like met up in my house before, like the first time we met. We went up and got drinks at this cool spot. So she like told her family, "Hey, if I go missing, this is where I'm at."
He has a mullet and he's 6'3". They're like, wait.
I don't know, man. I don't know if there's any like one like sentinel awkward event other than.
How about a bad date?
Yeah, we've all had some bad dates, dude, where you're like, oh, there's one gal that's just treating the waiting staff like shit.
That's a bad.
Yeah,
that's like, it's
just.
I worked in the service industry, when I was younger, and that's like the worst thing you could ever do.
You're just sweating, and you're like, dude, this guy, this is our first date, and then, but you know what I learned from that though? Coffee dates, fellas, if you're single, go on a coffee date. You're out a cup of Joe. If she's wackadoo, you're out a cup of Joe. You take her to dinner though, you're gonna own that one. So
there's a reel right there.
And like when I met my wife, we went and got a drink, had a good time. I'm like, hey, I am actually free later. You know what I mean? Like now we go get
so
dinner.
Your wife was a coffee date?
Oh no, it was like let's go get a drink up here because you could tell she was legit. And I was I don't know what the hell she saw in me, but we're glad we went on that date. But it was just funny. Like it took me a while. I was like, God damn. I'm like, spend all this money going on dinner dates, and these guys are just like, I don't know, what are we doing? We're not compatible at all.
Yeah.
And that like the one rude to the wait staff, I was just like, I couldn't get out of there fast enough. And then the kids call it ghosting. I ghosted her after that. But yeah, dude, I just think go on, take her on a coffee date. If it's cool, then hey, I am free.
There you go.
Actually.
Advice from Tyler.
For what? For anything like fire?
Oh no, that was
that was my advice.
That was
I was like, you asked me for more, but
strangest nickname you were ever given, and how you earned it.
Well, I don't know if I have any strange ones. I like Crafty.
What do they call you, Craft? Well, obviously
just
your
last name Craft, but like as of recent, it's kind of a funny one. We play a little basketball at the 23, and
see, they don't let us play no more.
Oh, really? Because work comp stuff or what?
Yeah. Well, they do. When I was back in the day, they played, and these older guys will talk about it constantly. But yeah, the guys just competitive. Everybody got hurt.
It's a little gnarly. Like people get,
That's cool. You guys
people
can
get
still
angry.
play,
Things happen. We so I'll just make these wild, hook shots, and I don't dribble. I'm just like, when I get the ball, it's like a hot potato. Dude, I gotta throw it up there, or pass it, or do something. I come, and I'm actually having fun. My crew, I got some guys on the team that are good. Play truck versus engine, and so I've been doing these crazy hook shots, and every once in a while I was sinking them, and the guys are just like, "What is going on?" So they call me Aircraft, but I said it should be Aircraft, ERROR, Aircraft, because I don't, dude. My dribble game, like my passing game, like I'm getting better, but I'm just like, I just like to go out there and compete and have fun. I don't care at all about basketball at all. But Aircraft, I'm trying to think. Meat, when I was a Cal Fire, like, hey, meat, but that's pretty standard, like, meathead, like, hey, meat.
I was gonna say no. I never heard anybody.
Maybe
call
not.
meat,
Yeah, maybe that's the best one. Hey, meat. Yeah. You really nailed that. But those are probably the three. Those are the three that stick out in my mind.
The weirdest dream you ever had?
I don't know if it was even a dream, but I have these. Like it's funny. My wife will have these dreams, all this great stuff and funny stuff, and I'm like, I have nightmares of like forget my shit on a fire, like get into a fire and like no gloves, not a single pair anywhere, not even a pair of work gloves, or oh my God, my mask, I can't find my map. You know, like,
Yeah.
that's the dumb stuff that I dream about, I guess. And
Yeah, constant check.
I wake up in like full heart attack palpitation mode. But no, I don't know, man. I think it's more for me is like the nightmares of forgetting shit or you know,
I still have
feel like I got fired or something happened.
Yeah, I still have like those dreams where I got to be somewhere, you know, I forget.
Yeah, dude, and I'm just like
Totally forgot I got to be at work today.
and you wake up and you're like, oh, this is gonna be a horrible day, and you're like, wait, that was a dream. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. All right, we could do who is your hero?
Oh. Honestly, dude, like I look at my old man. He you know, owned a moving business, took care of all of us all these years, still married to my mom. Had me as the oldest and my brother and sister. I would say hands down, man, my dad. You know, he just instilled a work ethic in me. He would take me on his some of his moves, like pay me under the table, and like I thought, you know, $10 an hour back in the day or whatever was hot shit.
That's not easy work.
And there was times where he'd be like, hey, you know, this is how it goes. Like, you're my kid and everything, but you got to earn it. And if you come out of that house without something in your hand or off that truck on a pack out empty-handed, you're not getting paid. And that was his deal. Like, you don't walk out of there. Don't ever be empty-handed. You're going in, you're bringing something in. If you're going out, you know what I mean? Like, depending on what you're doing. And I just remember that, man. He drove it into me, and always great, supportive, you know. And so it's cool. Got to spend Father's Day. Somehow I got it off because I had plane tickets to come here. Monday, staffing called me, and I'm like, stop right there, bro. Check out the flight.
got plane tickets.
Check out my itinerary. So I'd say my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, hands down.
Where we at, Rio?
We're about an hour.
Yeah. See, the thing,
Sweet.
I could talk to you forever, dude, but
yeah.
we can't do more than an hour, you know?
No, I love it, man.
Anything you want to try and say or anything? I mean, like I said, we'll edit all this stuff.
Sure,
out,
yeah. You know, honestly, for one, I appreciate you guys inviting me here. I love what you're doing. I dig just the brevity and just kind of having a good time. I mean, just anyone out there, if you're listening, you're going to have your days at work and just where you're just wearing it. And especially if there's mandatories and we're all running more calls. There's no doubt about it. I don't care where you work. You're running more calls every year. It's unbelievable. Just remember, we got a great job. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mind and your body. And just, you know, give a shit, man. It's cool to be into the job, but don't let it define you. I'm still learning that balance. So, you know, just lean on your buddies next to you and just know, I mean, it could always be worse. We got it pretty good in the grand scheme of things. That was what I would say.
Yeah. All right. Well, Tyler, thanks for coming on.
Cheers. Thanks for having me.
Brigade
Salud.
out.